Hi, I'm Hannah and I am an integrative change coach. What that means is I use a number of different modalities to help people make changes in the brain, which then reflect in their career and life. Today, we are going to use the modality of tapping to reframe our relationship to perfectionism. So, if you saw last week's video, you might have noticed me sneezing in the middle of the tapping script. And there was a big part of me that was like, oh my God, re-record it. Like, stop, re-record, start again. It needs to be perfect. And I have done a lot of work on this such that I now love some of my imperfections and flaws, and I'm so proud of myself for showing up imperfectly such that I don't go and redo things. I want to model this. And so I resisted the need to edit and redo it. And I shared it, me being a human, having a sneezing moment. And I thought I can share some of what I've learned around our relationship with perfectionism using tapping to help you make more imperfect progress too. So, as we usually do, we think of a moment where perfectionism shows up. For many people, it happens around social media, where we make a post and then immediately check to see what the stats are, or freak out and take it down and then put it up and then take it down again. And so I'm going to use that example today. If you want to work with a different example where perfectionism shows up, just change the wording a little bit, or picture that topic in your mind, because perfectionism shows up everywhere. Now, I love Brené Brown's take on perfectionism, where she says perfectionism is a shield. We put it up and we think, if I'm perfect, then no one will criticize me. If I do this perfectly, then I'll be good enough. If I do this perfectly, then people will like me. It tends to be an if-then sort of bargain we're trying to make to protect ourselves from the discomfort of judgment or criticism or not being liked as a result of being imperfect. But the problem is, often imperfection is unattainable. So we keep ourselves in this sort of like stuck place because we don't want to make the risk of not being liked or not being seen, because we're not perfect yet. And we have to do the messy work of being imperfect in order to get better. So I'm going to be working with that lens today around perfectionism, as we think about doing stuff imperfectly. Okay, let's tap. Using these 3 fingers, follow me. Oh, I am so scared to release this imperfect thing. I know I can be better. Everybody else seems so polished. What are people going to think when they see this? I'm scared of what they're going to think. Deep breath in. Out twice as long. Because I want to be liked. I want to be accepted unconditionally. There's a part of me that feels like if I'm perfect, then I'll be accepted. But I know that's not really realistic. I'm a human, and that means sometimes stuff isn't perfect. Grabbing from behind, deep breath in. Out twice as long. I wonder if I let this be good enough, if I'd be okay. Maybe even if the worst did happen, I could tap it down and feel better. I can learn to be okay with good enough. think even though it's terrifying, I'm curious to see what would happen if I just let it be out in the world. Knowing I can have my own back no matter what happens. Deep breath in. Out twice as long. Yeah, I can handle whatever happens. It could go better than I think. Sometimes it works out that way. Maybe no one will see it and no one will care. I can be proud of my effort anyway. Deep breath in. Out twice as long. Because if I keep showing up and making an effort, regardless of what other people think or what happens as a result, I know it's inevitable that I'll get better. My skills will improve. And I'll be being me. I want to live in a world where good enough is okay. I want to live in a world where it's safe to be me. Maybe by being true about where I'm at right now, other people will find themselves there too. Maybe we'll build some connection through that. I don't know what'll happen, but I can try anyway. Deep breath in. Out twice as long. Last round. Because in a few weeks, or a few months, or a few years, this isn't going to matter anymore. This one little moment isn't going to alter the rest of my life. I'm going to be fine. Nothing's going to fall apart. Nothing's going to burn down. It's okay. I got this. Done is better than perfect, and I can let myself experience this. Deep breath in. Out twice as long. Yeah. Hopefully that tapping has helped you feel a little bit more comfortable with lowering the shield and knowing that it's kind of like trusting the process instead of trusting the outcome. Instead of waiting for that confirmation from outside of you, trusting the process says, I'm going to have me anyway. I can do this good enough. I can show up imperfectly. And the only opinion that matters on the other side of this is mine. I believe in this for you. And I know you can handle it. I know you can. So, maybe. In this instance, let good enough, 80% done, post. No editing, no rereading, no babysitting your post. Just let it out there. Tap it down. Feel okay. And then go and live your life and follow the next thread of curiosity. And do that imperfectly and little by little, gaining incremental experience and incremental skill by allowing yourself to make progress instead of waiting for perfection. Thanks for playing. See you next week.